Hello, my name's Tim. I'm one of the developers of Lightbox-av, the new media browser from Blackbox-av, and I just want to show you some of the new features Lightbox-av has to offer, which includes network sync of the library to one or more machines, support for multi-touch devices, and customizable skins. I've currently got Lightbox set up on two separate machines, making use of the network sync capabilities. And I'm running the viewer on a high definition dual touch monitor, which makes use of the multi-touch features such as zoom and rotate. If I full screen that, I can zoom and rotate the image as well. We also have some nice drag and throw scrolling that applies to the media items and also the text. This layout is making use of the split screen navigation style, which means any groups or categories are listed down one side of the screen and the media items are on the other side. This keeps everything together on one screen. We support images of pretty much any size. We also support audio with custom thumbnails. Also, these media items are pretty much unlimited as well. We have a scroll bar at the bottom which enables you to very quickly navigate the entire list rather than having to scroll through it if it's a particularly long list. We support video too, high definition video. The audio video interface has pause and rewind control.
It's Monty Python's Flying Circus.
So these are just some of the videos that Blackbox-av have created over the years.
It's August the 8th, 1963.
Okay, so that's this is making use of also the film strip layout. What that means is we've got a strip of images or thumbnails along the bottom, and whatever we select is viewed above that. But there are other layouts, and let's take a look at that now. We're going to customize the viewer a little bit more, making use of the skin settings. I'm moving over to the other machine now, the network machine running the manager. If you take a look here, you can see that I've created my library. I've actually created two groups, one for the split screen setup and one for a single screen setup, which I'll show you later on. If you take a look at the viewer area, that's the machine that's running over the network, and this is the group that I've currently synced with it. If we go to the skin settings now, you can see that we can add a logo, which should be a company logo that is displayed on the attractor screen and on the home screen as well. If I just select one, that's now loaded in. We can customize the attractor screen, which is a bit like a screensaver. What that is a slideshow of images that runs when the machine is idle for a certain amount of time. At the beginning of this video you can see that I've set it up to display one image, but I'm now going to just select a few other images that I think will attract attention from passers-by. Yeah, that one and him. So I've selected 5 images. You can also change the text that appears on the front screen too. And also you can select your navigation style. I'll stick with split screen for now, but I'll change from the film strip layout to the tiles layout. And when I save that, the next time the viewer syncs, that will update with the new settings and download the logo and run. What happens is the viewer will sync every 5 minutes once it enters the attractor mode when the machine is not in use. But there is a way of forcing a resync, and that's if you hold your finger in the bottom left hand side. That presents you with the passcode entry to enter the setup wizard, but if you cancel that, it will resync the settings and the files. So it's synced. It now shows the images in the attractor screen and the new text that I've set. And if we just take a look, we now have the tile layout, which very simply lays the items out as tiles. When you select them, it loads in full screen with textual information underneath. The same goes for the audio files as well. And the video files.
Monty Python's.
Again, pausable, rewindable. And when running in full screen, let me just find a high definition image. When running in full screen, you can zoom in as well, and you can rotate and have a bit of fun with that. So that's the tile layout. Particularly good if you've got a very large amount of images, as you have here, because you've got you're able to fit more on the screen. Again, all the layouts come with a scroll bar, which enables very fast scrolling of the content, and the logo that we've set appears in the bottom corner. If we go back to the manager now, I'm going to switch from split screen to single screen layout. And the difference between that is that instead of having the groups down the side, you navigate a group at a time, one screen at a time. And that's particularly good for multiple layers of groups. In this library, there's a single layer of groups. In other words, every group contains media items. But depending on how you want to organize your library, you may want multiple groups. So I've switched to single screen. I'm going to also switch to the flow layout, which is similar to the cover flow layout you may be familiar with. I've saved those changes now. And in the viewer settings, I'm going to change from the split screen setup group that I've created and change to a single screen setup, which contains multiple groups and organizes the media items in a different way. I've pressed update. Now when the viewer syncs again, which we're going to make it do now. When that syncs again, it'll change to single screen viewer setup and the flow layout. It's synchronizing any new files, and it will also optimize them so that when displaying the thumbnails, it runs at the optimum performance. You also notice that the logo that we've set appears here at the top in the attractor screen. Okay, so we no longer have the groups listed on the sidebar. Instead, we've got the title and description, and the groups are laid out in a grid like this. So if we select images, this is just the way I've set it up. But in the image group, we now have subcategories: people, animals, places, etc. And that then takes us to our collection of media items. As I said, the flow layout is similar to the cover flow, which gives you a 3D sort of layout. Again, we can use our bar to navigate it more effectively, and when the item at the front of the screen is selected, we are presented with a full screen version of the image. So in this case, it's better for nested groups. So here we have all the different layouts. Of course, the cover flow layout does support audio as well, just like everything else. That's a particularly small thumbnail, but you can load full-size thumbnails as well. Any descriptive text appears down the side and is scrollable. We also have videos, and I've set the videos out in multiple subcategories as well. So that's pretty much it. That's the roundup of the new features. I hope you enjoy Lightbox 2. And for more information, go to blackbox-av.co.uk/LB2.